Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of the Pierced Off Pod. We're so glad you're here.
Yes, thanks for joining us for another week.
Quick life update. We had to say goodbye to our beautiful puppy, or she wasn't really a puppy, but our dog Misty. It's been a really challenging and hard week, as we're sure many people can relate or understand. So that has been something that we've been dealing with, but yeah.
She's in a better place. She's not in pain anymore. So as hard and as heartbreaking as of a week that it has been, it's also comforting to know that
puts you a little bit at peace.
Yeah.
You know, knowing that, they're a bit better off.
Exactly.
She's better off. We miss her though.
Massively.
But we don't, I don't want to dwell on that for too long. It's a bit fresh.
A bit touchy still.
I don't really have any other life updates. You don't really have any life updates, do you?
Neither. No, got my hair done on the weekend, got my nails done. I'm in my, I don't know, self-care mood. Well, I was on Saturday anyway. That's about it.
I love that. Yeah.
I think that's really it for life updates.
I went for a run this morning, which is out of character, and then I had a cold shower. You don't want to know why? Because I'm so busy and I have so much work to do, and sometimes I wake up and I feel like groggy and a bit, and I was like, if I go for a run, it will shake all that off. And now I get why people do that. I get why they're I need to go and work out or do that so I can be focused for the rest of the day. And I never got that. Now I'm this morning, and it was also something that I wanted to challenge myself to do, so that was good. I feel proud of myself. We'll see how it lasts. I don't know. It's the first day.
I mean, look, good on you, honestly. It's great. Move your body first thing. It's a beautiful day outside. I don't know what it is, but it's finally warm for the moment. We got snow still, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
November.
Insane.
End of November.
That's never happened.
Never.
It's I want to be world, are you okay?
Yeah, someone's confused, because I certainly am.
Yeah.
But and this is really sad. I did a 15-minute workout.
That's
at
not
lunch.
sad.
No, at lunch the other day, but I'm sore.
Oh, there's the sad.
So sore. It's I was a bit that's a reality check that I really need to get back into my fitness. But yeah.
But it also shows your body responded.
Yeah, it did. Really well or poorly, I don't know.
Even in 15
Doesn't matter.
minutes.
Literally unbelievable.
That's insane.
But another thing I want to talk about is, one, how overly stimulated I am about all these Black Friday sales. Is anyone else exhausted?
Oh, yeah.
Black Friday sales, I'm pretty sure are meant to be this weekend. Black Friday being tomorrow, and Cyber Monday being the following Monday. Yet Black Friday sales have been going on all of November, and I'm exhausted and overwhelmed.
Because everyone's trying to differentiate themselves from the packs. They're I'm just going to start it early. It's sort of the Christmas decorations coming out in September. It's why is Black Friday sales starting so early?
Literally. And I missed sales because I didn't realize that they were going to happen so early. And then I'm now overwhelmed to the point where I want to buy people's Christmas presents, but I'm not prepared because I've been overwhelmed by how much is for sale. And
it's I don't like the it fosters into that negative consumerism mindset of overbuying and buying things you don't need, which isn't good for the planet or for your own mental health or for your own bank account. And it's you feel this pressure. It's the oh my gosh, it's gonna end, I need to buy it, and that almost makes me reject the whole idea and be I'd just rather pay full price.
I know. And
it's, I don't know, I wish that it would be a little bit healthier. You're right, it's all in your face, everything is Black Friday, and it's I'm I need to buy stuff workout gear. Every year I'm I'll buy Gymshark Black Friday sales, and I don't own anything Gymshark. It's been 4 years. I'm I'm gonna do that, and it's
because it's overwhelming.
Yeah, and I keep going, oh my gosh, because I don't want to wait till next year.
I know.
But then it's well, it's already here from last year, so I'll probably be here in no time.
Yeah, 100%. And then I'm also the kind of person that I like to buy stuff in person.
Yes.
So.
And I also like to buy with active wear. I want to get matching sets, and I want to buy the stuff I like. I don't want to just be oh, it's on sale, I'll just buy something I half want. I'd rather pay full price and buy what I really want, but then at the same time I love a sale, so.
I know, who doesn't?
beyond, and then it's like, oh my gosh, like I want these, and then it's like, there's only like no sizes left, like it's completely sold out, but they're still advertising it, and I'm like, or up to 70% off, and then it's like
everything you want is only like 10, 15, 20% off,
and
which
like,
is fine. I respect that.
And like the scrunchie is like 70% off,
but yeah, I can't,
and like that, like it kind of annoys me, like it's
a bit disheartening
when there's not very much that is up to that price. And I get it, it's all marketing and whatever, like you gotta do it, but still, well, you don't gotta do it. But
I think this year as well, like a lot of brands, one, are doing their Black Friday sales, but a lot of them are also talking about their Black Friday strategies.
Yes.
So not only are we getting bombarded with the sales, we're getting bombarded on how to launch your own Black Friday sale, and
like education.
Yeah. It's like more of an overload.
Love the transparency, but it's like you're right, I'm not prepared, and it's like, oh, I want to buy stuff for people, but it's just too much, and I'm just like not gonna get on there. I know.
I'm like, this weekend I'm like, do I dedicate some time? But then I'm like, I don't know what I want,
and I didn't even know that there was like that this was supposed to be Black Friday, and it's like, do I put my planner on sale? Nobody even knows that it's out there.
You could.
Yeah.
Black Friday. Cyber Monday, maybe because that's tech related.
I was going to do that, but I was like, why is it so close to Black Friday? Anyway.
I know.
Gotta not think about that.
Anyways. Next first world problem. We don't have one.
Today we thought we would react to some Am I the Asshole Reddit stories, because change of pace, make it a bit more lighthearted, and we've never done this before, and I think it'll be really fun. So,
I've never even heard of this, if I'm honest. I live under a rock, let's be honest.
Well, because the reason I heard of this, I never knew it was on Reddit, but I saw someone on TikTok, and this girl was talking about how her and her husband, like, watching these TikToks or reacting to these stories, 'cause I think they're all over TikTok too, reacting to them and saying, like, do you think that they are in the wrong or they're not in the wrong? Like, bonded them, and was like couples therapy, and I was like, I'd never heard of it, and then I just googled like stories on Reddit, and then this came up, and I was like, oh, it's like a whole thing.
There you go.
So we're just gonna, like, I guess pick one, and then I'll read it and we'll react, and then we'll see if you have time to do another one, and you can read it to me. So entertain them while I pick one.
Entertain them. How am I going to entertain them? Well, what fun fact can I tell you? I don't have any fun facts.
Yeah, this sounds interesting. I found one.
Oh, thank goodness, because I needed saving from my entertainment. I apologize.
Next week is fun facts from Danny. You might actually get a fact.
Let's put on the spot, guys. Don't judge.
Okay. So the title is, Am I the Asshole for refusing to help my stepsister with her house purchase and telling her and my stepfather it's because of how they treated me as a child? I'm a 29-year-old female. When I was about 10, my mum married my stepfather. I have an older brother, Luke, who was 15. My stepfather had Amy and Ada. Are we allowed to say names? I guess so. They're on here. Who were 12 and 11. We didn't come from a privileged background. My mum was a minimum wage worker and my dad was absent. Our stepfather had a very good income. Their deal was that they wouldn't combine finances and that they would each contribute equally to the household, and then each takes care of their own children with their spare money. So my mum never had anything for us, and my stepfather was spending big on his kids. This included holidays, which Luke and I were excluded from. Stepfather would pay for mum, but not us. Luke and I also shared a room, even though Amy and Ada had their own rooms, and we had a guest room because our stepfather insisted that he was paying more towards the house, so my mum's share would only get her one room for the kids. Luke and I were constantly teased for this situation by the three of them as we grew up. My mum said that we should be thankful because if it wasn't for our stepfather, we would not be living in a nice home in a good neighborhood. Anyway, Luke and I became determined to be able to take care of ourselves so that we wouldn't need to take nonsense from anyone. We have both done quite well with our careers and finances, and we are in a good place. Since turning 18 and moving out, my relationship with the three of them has been very limited. I wouldn't call us friends, but we can exist peacefully in the same place. I visited my mum recently, and my stepfather mentioned that Amy wants to buy a house now that she's pregnant. He asked me if I'm able to help out a little with the deposit. The house was £500 and she needed a £150 deposit. She had 100k so far, 25 of her own and 25 from her mum and 50k from her stepfather. He was asking if Luke and I can help cover the extra 50k, and he said he'd pay us back as part of the inheritance eventually. I said no. He insisted that Luke and I both own our own houses outright, and with our income we should be able to help. I said whether I can or not is irrelevant. My answer is no. He reminded me that Luke and I each gave 10k to our cousin for buying a house as a gift. Amy is my sister and he's offering to pay us back. I said that was our choice then and this is my choice now. He insisted that we should be willing to help out our family if we were able to. I replied back like how you helped me and Luke when we were kids. Everyone just went quiet when I said this. After a while he said if we went back in time he'd have done things differently, treated us all equally. I said that's good of you, but that doesn't make you entitled to my money now. He says he knows he's not entitled and that's why he's asking and promising to pay it back. I said the answer is still no, and not entitled to a loan either. My mum later told me that I could have turned him down without being an asshole or bringing up the childhood which he already feels guilty about. Am I the asshole? Nope. Wow. No, of course not. I don't think you ever owe anybody money. Regardless, you're allowed to make your own choices with your money if you choose to help somebody. And I love that, they gave money to their cousin as a gift because that they'd obviously had a good relationship. You can't just expect someone to be like
no, and
just because family promises to pay you back, that's not you're obligated.
That's right.
That's what a bank is for, a loan.
Yeah.
Imagine being bullied by your stepsister for being poor, and also good on them for going out and making money and both owning their houses.
Yeah.
I'm woo, good for you, girl. But damn, I would not. The biggest asshole is the stepfather.
I can't. The audacity.
We have a guest room because you don't own an as if you would. No, I feel bad for the mum, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, we should be grateful. No, I just think that people have more to give than just money. Relationships, money isn't the only value people bring to the relationship or can bring.
Exactly. Imagine if the situation was as it was when they were kids and he was bringing more to the relationship, whatever, money wise. But if you treated them all equally, the whole relationship would have been so different. Their whole upbringing, their whole life would be different. The way they view money would be different. It would be...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel the way that if you're making fun, it's so ironic that the sister that needs money or whatever, stepsister, used to make fun of them.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, you don't have any money and you have to share a room and we're rich, and then now she needs the loan, and it's just
yeah.
You're right, their relationship would be different with money.
Exactly. And imagine if they were treated equally, whatever, whether then guilt would play a part, whether they feel they'd owe him. I feel the transition from kids to adults, I feel you shouldn't feel guilty. No. Because you, as a child, don't have any other option. You are reliant on adults and parents to fund your life, basically. So I don't think there should be a guilt factor at all. But I reckon there would be. I
mean, yeah. And you haven't chosen. I think it's an old... we've never heard this, but I feel the generation, before, it was very I brought you into this world.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And it's you can still appreciate that stuff and be really grateful for what your parents did and what your mum and dad did for you and not owe them anything, because to have a child is the adult's choice.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you would feel guilty. Or maybe not guilty, but obligated, or
yeah.
But then maybe it would be especially because it's complicated because it's a stepfather, but if he just treated them equally, it would just be family. It wouldn't be a step family. It would be a family, how it should be, and it would be, I would love to help my sister out. I'm so well off, but they obviously aren't sisters. You don't just yeah. Anyway, on Reddit, she's not the arsehole too with all the votes.
Not asshole.
Yes, which has 27.4 thousand votes, 27,000 votes. So
yeah,
Can confirm.
Can confirm. Not the asshole.
That was fun.
I like the sass though.
I know.
The sass from her.
Oh yeah, like because it would be hard to do that.
Oh, 100%.
And I just like...
And owning the fact that your answer is no.
And like...
That's fine.
Being like, but you're so well off, you should help. And it's just like, well, you didn't.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't give us anything. Like... And it's not like... I don't even feel like it was coming from like a...
I don't think it was coming from spite, no.
It was coming from like, I've set my boundary.
Yeah.
I know what I'm worth and this is my boundary. Because obviously it's a toxic relationship. If you give them money, it's never going to be fine.
Yeah. And then like, what are the chances that they'll come back and ask you for more money? And they'll be like, they'll guilt you into it because you did it last time, or you're so well off, like you could afford it last time, like why can't you afford it now? And
you have
blah,
a house,
blah, blah.
and it's like, yeah, because like she literally is like, we worked so hard, because we wanted to be able to not have this toxic power play of I have the money but I'm not going to help you, or you should be really grateful. Like she worked so hard to get out of that, to then be expected to no.
Nope.
I'm sorry, but pierce off.
Literally. Nice. I like that.
Do you want to read one or?
No, I'll be entertainment again.
Oh, you want me to? Okay, find another one.
Find another.
Okay.
I mean, I will read it if you find another one.
Okay, well, entertain then.
I'm entertaining. I really don't know. I just can't get over the fact of how cold it's been, and now it's really hot. I can't deal. And thank goodness she's found another one.
I don't even know if it'll be good. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
Up to you. Alright, I suppose I'll read this one. We don't know if it's going to be good. That's just setting me up here.
I didn't know the other one was going to be good. It's shorter, this one.
Do I read the title?
Yeah, I did.
Am I the asshole for asking for a morning off from my baby on the weekends?
I already feel like I know the answer.
My wife and I have a 6-month-old baby girl. She's mostly a stay-at-home mum. She works 2.5 days a week, and her sister watches the baby. I work full-time and go to school 1 day a week. We've always had an arrangement where she takes care of the household duties, cooking, cleaning, and now baby care, while I happily support her monetarily. Honestly, we are both living our dream life, and my wife does an absolutely spectacular job taking care of me and our little one. On the weekends, we share baby duty. We usually make sure each of us gets our own alone time, to do whatever we want. However, our girl has hit a bit of a sleep regression, waking up every 2 hours. Since my wife breastfeeds, she's always taken care of the baby full-time overnight. She's a light sleeper and unfortunately has insomnia, whereas I am a deep sleeper and wouldn't wake up for baby cries anyways. Recently, my wife has been asking me to wake up with the baby both days on the weekends so she can get an extra hour of sleep. Baby wakes up around 7 a.m. I get the baby dressed and take over for that hour. But sometimes I want to be the one that gets to sleep in an extra hour. I brought this up to her and she says while she's happy to let me nap during the day, she really needs that hour because she can't nap like I can. We got into an argument about it and she said I'm being very insensitive when I know she's very exhausted and can't nap during the day, and she struggles going back to sleep every time the baby wakes up. But I'm exhausted too. Work wears me out and school days are long, and sometimes I want the hour in the morning. I don't want to spend my off time napping. I want to play video games and chill out. I've gotten mixed opinions on who is in the wrong here, or if there even is anyone in the wrong. Am I the arsehole for asking us to share mornings off for sleep?
Oh my god.
You know what like gets me at the same time? Like are they reading what they're writing?
Yeah. Well, because there was a point where I was like, oh, is this going to be redeemable? I was like, is this no.
No.
I'm sorry, but yes, you are the asshole. And I have a number of reasons why I think this. Firstly, do you know how you said your poor wife has gotten up every 2 hours to feed and is still doing that? Mm-hmm. So what, you can't do 1 hour, but she's literally woken up and been disturbed where you get a peaceful full night deep sleep the whole night? And, okay, going backwards. He talks about how she does the duties of taking care of the baby, works, whatever, sister, and he goes to work, right? During the week. You've chosen to do that. Just because you have a stay-at-home partner who does that doesn't mean that role carries on, because that's like a full-time job. Yeah. So on the weekend, you're just expecting her to work the whole, like you say, you share baby duties, but like, what? like, if you were just like, oh, she should do it all, that's just working 7 days a week. You don't get, like, when you work a job, you get time to, like, maybe, like, have time to yourself. When you have a baby, it's, like, the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know from personal experience, but, like, from what I know, from what others have told me, and just being not a dumbass, like, like, you don't get a break. And, okay, so she has insomnia, so she can't nap. She's asking for 1 hour in the mornings. You have a beautiful baby girl that you get to get up and, like, hang out with in the mornings. You should be grateful for that time. One, okay, you want to play video games like that? I'm just crossing that off. I'm sorry. Like, that does not redeem you. Be an adult and, like, you know, I mean, you're allowed to play video games, but just, that should not be even a factor in this question.
I can't.
And wait, I want to, like, have a read. I can't. You are insensitive. She's tired. Like, I'm not discounting the fact that you go to work.
Yeah.
Like, that's
school.
But again, you both chose to do that, and that works for you. I'm like, are you studying? Is it like studying at school?
Yeah, studying, like, university or college or...
Yeah, so I'm like, if you were studying on the weekend, like, if you had to go, like, on a Saturday, I maybe would be like, but it's like, so you just want to just, I mean, everyone likes to sleep in, right? But she needs sleep, full stop.
Yeah.
She's not trying to have a sleep in. She's just trying to sleep.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
What do I think? I think he's an arsehole. 100%. But, like, I think it's really annoying because I feel like I think society's changing now, but the opinion that being a stay-at-home mum, whether that's full-time or part-time, isn't counted as a job.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not a job where you get paid when you don't report to an employer or a manager or whatever, but, like, you don't get to sit back and do nothing.
No, you're always on.
Yeah.
You're always working and taking care and, like, constantly thinking, and also you're alone most of the time. There's no friends there. You're, like, you know how, like, a lot of people find it really challenging to stay at home with a baby and not have any other adults to talk to, or you know, and taking
100%.
care of the house is hard. You still got to eat, you know, you got to do all that kind of stuff. And I think it's changing because there's more stay-at-home dads.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I don't know. I think some of that I was like literally, like I said, do people read what they're writing? Like, do they think it through? Because if I wrote that, I'd be like, obviously I'm the asshole.
Never mind.
Never mind. Honestly, I just
backspace
it all because I already know what the answer is. Like, and that makes me think, like, you know, I can't.
I think highlights from this story is, whereas I'm a deep sleeper and I wouldn't wake up for baby cries anyways.
Nice. Good for
that
you,
is
buddy.
like a
cop out, sorry.
Yeah, it's like a piss take. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're just saying you don't need to because you know you've told your brain that you know your wife will get up, so you don't need to, because your brain listens to what it thinks. Like, when Jackson would wake up in the morning with his alarm and he would go to work before I had to wake up, I would sleep through it because my brain knew that I didn't need to wake up for that alarm.
Yeah.
So I would sleep through it and not hear it. So you've told yourself that. And, like, unless you have something clinical that you can't wake up to noise, that's a cop out.
It's a lot of cop out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I'm exhausted too. Work wears me out and school days are long. And sometimes I want the hour in the morning. I don't want to spend my time off napping. I want to play video games and chill out. You're so lucky that you guys have a system where you give each other time to have personal time. You need 1 more hour? So 1 more hour is what, like, just don't nap then. Okay, choose no napping. That's fine.
Yeah.
I just, like, when I found out, like, I was very ignorant and I didn't realize that babies need to be, like, breastfed every 2 hours, or bottle fed if, you know, choose not to breastfeed or whatever. But, like, I didn't know that. So if you breastfeed, only the woman can do that. I mean, I guess you can pump or whatever.
Pump.
I don't
if
really
the
know
baby
much
will
about
take
it.
a bottle, yeah.
But it's like,
it's complicated.
Generally, it's the mum getting up, right, for that time. And Sarah's day, she put up about,
yeah,
and I was like, every 2 hours? When do you sleep? What do you mean every 2 hours? What?
You can tell we don't have kids.
I was like, it was like when I was younger and I found out like how often you get periods. And I was like, are you serious? You a whole week every month, and my brain couldn't comprehend. I'm like, that's like just having a period forever. What do you mean? Like, that's so often. I was like, that's not fair. And I remember thinking, you're shitting me, because all these women out here aren't just out there getting their bleeding on every. And no, they weren't. I was like, are you serious? Do you know how many days I'm going to be on my period for the rest of my life? And that's what I feel like. Do you know how many hours you're going to be breastfeeding for? Like, it was like, no way. Because women don't complain. Like, people don't complain about it, you know?
No, we don't.
Because it's just
part of
life. But it's like, so all these people are just functioning with this. Like working mums are just doing this and then going to work. What?
Yeah.
So, yeah, all the votes on that said he was the arsehole. Like, a lot of votes. 14,000 votes, so... Buddy, I think you should reassess and give your wife some more credit.
Yeah.
What?
I can't. Honestly, sometimes I wonder what comes out of people's mouths. And then, you know what? Like, I say some pretty dumb stuff too, but...
Yeah. But, like, posting it, rereading it, editing it, and then posting it on the internet, it's like...
I can guarantee there's probably a lot of things that haven't been reread or edited.
True. Sometimes I watch a podcast and I'm like, bro, I wish I could edit what I say. But it's live. It just happens, and then we just put it out there, and I'm like, I cannot believe I've shared so much stuff on the internet just about my life. And then, like, somebody I know will be like, I'm listening to the podcast, and I'll be like, oh no.
True. I feel that. But we hope you like it.
Yes, and it's worth it, because you know what?
That's what we're here to be. Real and raw and...
just have some fun.
Yes.
You know, bond.
Yes.
Because what's more bonding than just being embarrassed? Nothing. So, thank you for joining us. We should wrap this up so the camera doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was fun. It will be interesting to see what you guys think of this episode and whether you enjoyed it, because we could definitely do it again in the future. We might do it anyway because it was very fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
But yeah, and thank you for the support, as always. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for listening. And I had something else to say. Oh yeah, I hope you enjoyed my free entertainment.
What free entertainment?
Well, the lack of entertainment.
Just Danny.
My poor fun facts.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll work on it, guys.
Look forward to more of those in the future.
Please come back.
Oh, well, I guess we'll chat with you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening in.
There's absolutely no pressure to do this, but if you're happy to share the podcast with your friends or on your socials and tag us at Pierced Off Pod, that would be amazing.
You can also leave us a stellar 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening on if you're feeling extra motivated today. It really does help us out so much, but ultimately, we are just beyond grateful that you're here.
You're also more than welcome to come and hang out with us on our other socials. All of our links are in the description.